All right, welcome to my first how-to video. This is Wells Way TV. Just having some technical difficulties with the GoPro. It kept stopping. Either way, here we are. Going to be recording this on my iPhone 12 Pro. First how-to video. Today we're going to be using the Wagner Power Steamer 715. And we're going to be removing some wallpaper in the kitchen. This is my third time using it so far, and my fourth time trying to remove wallpaper. When I first started, I was using the scouring tool and the scouring spray, the wallpaper removal spray. Don't recommend it. Do not recommend it whatsoever. I also was using a metal scraper. Definitely do not recommend a metal scraper on your drywall. So then I bought some plastic scrapers. And they came in a 3-pack. There was one maybe about twice as wide as this, maybe 6 inches. Then there's this one. And this one is what I find works the best. It's only 1 inch. And since it's only 1 inch, I find that there's less play with it. And you can control it better. So, the Power Steamer. It's very quite simple to use. You fill it up with a gallon of water. I probably have 2/3, maybe 3/4 of water still in there. I got started before I started this video. As you can see, the steam a little bit. So yeah, you fill it up with your gallon of water. You wait 15 minutes after you plug it up. It's going to take 15 minutes to get to that temperature, 212 degrees, 100 degrees Celsius, 212 Fahrenheit, to start producing steam. After those 15 minutes, the box states that you have 70 minutes of steam. On my last go around, I realized I had way more than 70 minutes, so we'll see what's going to happen today. I'm obviously not going to film for 70 minutes. I just want to get this corner behind the fridge done and then move this fridge back. So yeah. Once you fill it up, you're going to come it's going to come with 2 attachments. You have your wide attachment and you have your small attachments for getting around cabinets or whatever you have to get around. Wide attachment works perfect for your big wide open areas. That's what we're going to be using today. And again, we're going to be using a 1-inch plastic scraper. Let's go ahead and get started. And just to give you a show of how easy it does work, we're going to start with some fresh wall. As you can see, this wallpaper will not come up. Just scraping at it, scratching at it. Let it sit here for a couple seconds and then we'll show you how it works. So while we're waiting for this to start eating through that adhesive or melting that adhesive, I can definitely tell you to my knowledge that this wallpaper has been up since at least October of 1998. Here it is, April 22nd, 2021. So we're talking 23 years at least. Now, what I like to do with the first layer, your top layer, your show layer, that's going to peel right off. This is just going to start to peel right up. Doesn't really matter which direction you go with it. Put a little heat to it, and it's just going to start to come right up. This is the layer that requires the least amount of work. It's the actual paper layer behind it that can be a pain, but with this tool here, it's actually not a pain. So what we're gonna do is just go ahead and get this whole sheet off to begin. We tried to get it off in one piece, it didn't work. handy dandy step stool. As you can see, we're steaming that paper layer underneath while we're working on this. Again, that comes right off. Just to go over a little bit of safety, remember this is 212 degrees Fahrenheit or 100 degrees Celsius, whatever part of the world you're from. Try to keep your hands away from it. It's hot, especially if you're working up here in the hot ceiling. It's gonna get hot, so try to keep your hands away from it. I do wear safety glasses. You only get 2 eyes. Try to keep them safe as possible. Now, we're just gonna start, and as you can see, and I'll take the phone and I'll get a little closer. But that's coming right up. And with the plastic scraper, we're doing very minimal, if any. I'm not seeing any damage to the wall. So, what I like to do is, I like to go right around the middle of the wall for 2 reasons. If you got your step stool out, you're gonna work up. Everything below you can do standing and or sitting. So, we're just gonna start working up. And what I like to do is, again, we're using a 1-inch scraper. So I'll hold it here for a couple seconds, move it over 1 inch, and just go straight up. Move it over another inch. Little overlapping layer. Just go straight up. Make sure. Alright, well, we had it flipped the wrong way. So, go straight up. Move it. Go straight up. Move it over. Go straight up. As you can see, very quick. Very efficient time-wise. The way I was doing it before with the scraper and the scouring, and I wouldn't recommend removing wallpaper to my worst enemy. I wouldn't feel right paying somebody to come remove my wallpaper. But with this, I would volunteer to remove somebody's wallpaper. I'm right-handed, so this corner's a little tricky. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna steam it for a couple more seconds, and we're just gonna tackle this whole thing. Move up a little bit more. That should be good. So, whether you bought a house because the rates are at or below 3%, and it's old and it's got wallpaper in it, and you've heard that, hey, you can remove it by scraping and scouring, or you can paint over it with oil-based paint, or you can sand over it and sand it right off. I recommend this as the best option. We'll go up 1 more layer, and then I'll grab the phone, or actually I'll just grab the phone right now and show you guys how it looks. So, as you can see, there's no damage to the drywall. It came up for the most part. This is the part I did a few days ago. And you can actually see where I started, or where I left off with the scraping and scouring. It doesn't get better over there. So, again, I definitely recommend picking up a steamer and just steaming this right off. It works wonders. And if you have any questions, ask them. I'll respond.